Hey guys, it's me, Skullteen. Um, the game you are seeing right now is Brave Frontier. It's a mobile game, but if you have Windows 10, you're also able to get it on your computer. Unfortunately, it looks like this, but that's okay because all I did was make it full screen, which is fucking fine by me. See, I can make it on full screen, but that's not the point of this video. Before I start, yeah, fuck you guys. I got like fucking. I got Meiku, I got Rin, I got Len, I got Miku herself. I got this Sakura Miku, which is apparently. Let me just show you. Summon. I'm able to summon shit like this. And here is Sakura Miku. But a couple days ago, it was going on for like a month. There was a summon thing to get uh to get Meiko. Can I move it to the side? Nope. To get the ones that I just showed you, and Kaito, and then there was Luca. But before I could get Luca, it ended, so she's the only one I'm missing. And this came out a little bit later during that Vocaloid event, and it's still going on, so, you know, uh, on like the third, on like the first day that it came out, I decided to try and get it. Uh, didn't really work, but apparently the more I tried, the more I would succeed. And someone is walking up the stairs right now, probably coming to tell me that we have to go back to work. Or not. Okay. But this came out, and my first summon, I didn't really get anything. But don't worry, as the more you try to summon her right here, the more of a chance you'll get of having her. And if you don't uh, get her all 10 times, then eventually it will reach the point uh, um, where you can just fucking get her. But I did something that caused me to get like a free summon ticket, and I decided, and I wasn't really trying to get this that bad because I didn't really want it that bad, but I thought, why not? It seems super rare. So I used the ticket and I got it. Now, as for Miku, the rest of the Vocaloids you had to get through the summon thing that I just showed you, but Miku was her own thing. I'm going to be going into the Vortex, which for the month that it was going on, had a special one where you had to go and you had to click on the one that had Miku on it out of one of these. It's gone now, so I can't show you, and it gave you something that looked like this, and there were 3. And I thought, okay, well, guess I have to beat all 3 if I'm gonna get Miku. And thankfully, on that same day that I had first got the game, it was doing some super mega rare special thing. And it was only like 10 honor points or something, whatever. It was like a lot of honor points to get like a 10 multi-summon, and I managed to, so I used it to get a lot of my people up. And I had clicked on level 1 because I thought that would have been easiest. And I thought that the final boss for the stage wasn't going to be Miku, but the final boss for the like last stage was. It turned out that throughout all 3 stages, the final boss was Miku, and she was actually pretty difficult. Like I managed to pull through, luckily, but on like my first try, and also on my first try, it is apparently like very rare to get her, but on my first try, I did get her. On like the same day that I got the game, I managed to max out all my characters so that before I could evolve them, because I didn't have the right things to evolve them with, I managed to beat Miku, and I managed to acquire her. So ever since then, she's been on my team, and I have not gotten rid of her because fucking Miku, bitches. But that's not the point of this video. I've been rambling on too long. Right now I'm about to play this. Let me summon a friend. The point of this video is to... This guy has his leveled up. The point of this video is to... It is a message to my friends here in Hemet, California. To all my friends that I have... To all my friends that I have made over these past couple years of being here, I have always enjoyed our time. Every second was a memory that I will be cherishing. What the fuck? Wait, don't I need you? I need you for something. Nah. Off track. Every second has been a joy and a memory that I will cherish for the rest of my life. Oh shit, I forgot this friend had overdrive. And I want to say that throughout all of the times that I have been down and stuff, you guys have always been there for me, and throughout all the times that you've been down, I will always be there for you. And like I said before, I will never forget you guys. Throughout the entire year, I have had fun. Like, our sense of humor was the same, and when I move, I fear that, well, I don't really fear, but I kind of think that I might not meet the same people that I did here in Hemet. Well, the same type, the ones that have my type of humor and the same type of interests that I have. Playing Smash Bros, doing Photoshop, playing Minecraft, and just hanging out has always been a wonderful time that I don't think I'll ever forget. And throughout the years, I'm going to fucking murder these fuckers real quick. Throughout the years, I have never ever thought. I knew that the time would come where we would have to split up one day, but I was really hoping that we could. I really, really want to have like more time with you all. I know that some of you are gonna go off to college. I know that some of you, now that you've graduated, are like, fuck this place, I'm moving. Because honestly, fucking Hemet isn't really a place I would want to stay either, but if it if I had to choose from moving and staying here, I would stay here if that meant staying here with you guys. And I did have the choice, but I had to change that choice because my sister had also gone through, when she left, she had also, like, she had had some trouble starting off at first, and oh shit, cool. And she didn't want to see me like that, so she didn't want to see me go through what she had to deal with. So I decided, because fucking I love my sister, I decided I would move up to Michigan with my parents so that and so that she didn't have to, because when they move, I'm gonna have like no, not I'm gonna not be able to, like, they're not gonna be able to like show up within a couple hours when something goes wrong. They're not gonna be able to like help me when through the toughest times, but you guys would. But most of you are moving or leaving, so that wouldn't really help either. And where the fuck is it? And honestly, I started this video not knowing what I was going to say, but that doesn't matter, because fucking fuck. Ah. Let's just go ahead and do a quest now. Because as I forgot what I was saying, but if you guys ever, like, need someone to talk to, I will always be here for you, and I will never forget the times that we have had. And I wish I could spend more time with you guys, but I can't. I will fucking always be here for you. And I can't thank you enough for being my friend. It's funny how, like, one day we didn't even know each other, and then the next we would be around each other, both have said something that we agree on, and then have become friends that same day. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Nathan Wyatt. I met one of you that way. And some of you I can stay in contact with. Most of you, actually. And then some of you I won't. But I hope that you never forget me, and I'll never forget you. Now, we're just gonna continue with this, because it would be kind of fucking awkward to just end it in the middle of a fight. Fuck this fucking lizard man. So let's just beat the shit out of this guy real quick. Why? Why did I pick one of the quests when I'm so far in the game? Now it's gonna take a while. Fucking shit. Ah, oh, fuck. Miku, do things. Miku, do things. Miku. Some of you, well, I mean, back to the friends thing. Some of you were, some people would not have accepted me for who I am, which is a weird person who doesn't really care what you think. Like one day I showed up to school wearing a tiara because what? Because fucking. Well, the reason was that I was gonna wear it in sixth because because I'm a TA in that class and and it was Photoshop and the kids were going to take pictures of some of the other students there and then they as the assignment. And so I completely missed the memo that on Friday would be the last day for them taking pictures, and then they had to edit, and that would be the day where they had to start editing. So I brought a tiara to school, and I had kept it in my backpack because I didn't want fucking people to steal it. Like right off my head. That would have fucking sucked. But in first period, I wound up saying like, yeah, I brought a fucking tiara to school. And they're like, what? And I pulled it out and I was just like, yeah, what's up? And they were like, wow, that's fucking awesome. And they accepted me for being the guy that would wear a fucking tiara. And like one girl in the class that I didn't really even know, like was like walked in late. She was like, hey everyone. And everyone's like, hey. And she like noticed me and she's like, why are you wearing a tiara? And I was like, why are you not? Maybe that came a couple days later. I forget. All I remember is someone like saying like, why are you wearing a tiara? And I was just like, why are you not? But uh, but uh, and like none of you really judged me for doing that. You all were just like, oh, this is the typical Maurice. He's the kind of guy who would do stuff. He's the goofball in the class. Now, my first period teacher didn't like me because of it, and fucking, I would like do something in the class that like fucking some other kid would do at the fucking, god damn it, that some other kid would have done as well. Like fucking, I was talking to like one of my friends, and then he said something, and like I said something back, and he was like, "Wow," and he like jokingly flipped me off, and I was like, "Yeah, whatever, fuck you, f you too," and I had jokingly flipped him off, and apparently, I was the fucking one that got in trouble because white people aren't allowed to flip other aren't allowed to flip their friends off. Like, this probably isn't the reason, but I'm just mad. Because my friend was black, but we always kind of do this stuff because we find it hilarious. And we both know we don't mean it. And he's just like, why are you flipping people off in class? And I was like, fucking get a sense of humor, motherfucker. And like, one kid who keeps saying like things that are like 10 times worse would always somehow get away with it. And he would always be the kid that like people found annoying because he would always just mess with things. But he would always like to mess with me, and one day I got fed up with it. Like this is the kind of kid who he's the kind of kid who doesn't care, but he doesn't care in a different way. Like I don't care what people think of me. He doesn't care uh about you. He just doesn't care about like your feelings or something. I'm the kind of guy who like would always jokingly be like, whatever, man, you're not as cool as me, blah 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 blah. But it's always a joke because uh, nobody is really cooler than anybody. You're all just a person. Uh, but if like things are serious, I would always be willing to help them. And this kid was like, I remember like a couple years ago, one of my friends uh, had another friend that wound up in like a car accident, and I was totally there, supporting, uh, trying trying to get my trying to cheer up my friend. And then in fourth period, our teacher told us that we had to draw like wildlife, like what it would look like in Africa, and it didn't have to be a good drawing. It could be crude, and like people knew that I was a good drawer, but most of the kids like uh, if this was like art class and like people wanted to cheat, I'm pretty sure they would have asked me. But everybody in the class was like, "Oh, all we have to really do is just draw stick animals, and we'll be good." But this kid had this, I guess, I don't know what was going through his head because he kept asking me like, "Hey Maurice, can you draw this for me? Cause you're a good drawer and I can't draw for shit." And I was just like, "Dude, it doesn't matter how good you draw. E- All you have to do is just draw stick figures if needed." And he's like, "But I can't draw." And I was like, "Everyone can draw. It's just a matter of how good you are. And for this, you don't have to be good. You can be as terrible as you fucking want." And then he goes, "If you don't draw this for me, I'm going to tell your friend that you don't care that his friend got into a car accident." And I straight up punched him. Because that's a fucking dick move. And like the teacher was like, "Why'd you punch him?" And so I told her, and he tried to like say, "No, I didn't," but fucking my other one of my other friends who was next to me clearly heard him and was like, "Oh yeah, he said that." And the teacher was got mad at him, then turned her anger from me to this kid, and that kid got like detention, some shit, and shit. And I got off scot free because fuck yeah. And he was that kind of kid, but he would always he would have been doing that for the past years that I have known him. And eventually, I got fed up with it. That I'd wound up saying, "Dude, if you don't fucking stop, I'm gonna chop your dick off and force feed it to you." And like I got in trouble for that, even though he has said some worse things. Like I believe one of the things he had said was, "I have a bunch of guns and I can come and shoot up the school or whatever." And like he didn't get in trouble for that. But when I fucking say something like that, the teacher gets fucking offended and shit. So I wound up going up to the front office uh, and wound up going up to the front office and fucking had to write a report on why I said that. And I wrote a thorough fucking report on like explaining details of what he had done to me for the past few years. And like with what I said, I could have been expelled. But when the principal read my report after like fucking hours of waiting, he had like looked over it, and he had agreed that what this kid was doing was not cool, and that he could see why I would rage out at that moment. And I just beat the fucking boss here. So I wound up only getting detention for the entire day because that's still punishable, and I can see why. But I didn't get expelled because of the reason why I had said it. And I really don't think my parents know, but, I've graduated. I'm out of high school. It really doesn't fucking matter anymore if they find out or not. Because, like, I'm graduated. I don't have to go back there. There's no risk of getting suspended when you're no longer in school. Unless if you got expelled. Because fucking shit. And when people in the detention, they don't even know me. And when they asked why I was here, hell, even the person that was in the room that was supposed to watch over the kids in detention, like, he was like, "Why are you here?" And people were like, "Yeah, dude, what did you do?" I, and they were here for like cussing out the teacher and other shit like that. But this was like far below mine. And like, one guy was like, "Yeah, I did something pretty bad." And now I was like, "What'd you do?" And he's like, oh, sorry. My dad was saying something. I thought he was talking to me. It turns out he was just talking to my mom. And he had said said to this one kid, "I'm gonna fucking hurt the shit out of you, dude." And I was like, "Oh yeah?" He's like, "Yeah, mine's pretty bad." And I was like, I threatened to chop someone's dick off and force feed it to him. Everyone was like, "What?" And I explained why, and the reason why I wasn't expelled or suspended. And they were like, "Yeah, I can see why you would rage." Fuck, I just hit the mic. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. They were like, "Yeah, I can see why you got expelled and shit, or why you got why you only got detention uh, for the day." I was like, "Yeah, true." So, like, fucking later, some of my friends in like first period had also wound up getting detention. So like for that period, I at least had some people to talk to, and it was totally cool, cause like I also had some like work that day that needed to be done, and I just like got it done. Uh, like I always get my work done, and just cause I got detention, I wasn't gonna fucking getting failed just because of that. I'm not that kind of kid to just be like, "Yeah, I don't feel like doing my work." It's better to get it out of the way and then fucking take a nap. But they could see why I would. And my friends had supported me all the way through it. Uh, and then, like, the other TAs had asked me, like, the during the 2 periods that I'm a TA, the people that I work with, the kids that I worked with, had asked me like, "Why weren't you here on yesterday?" And I was like, "Oh, I threatened to chop someone's dick off and force feed it to him." And I told them why, and they were like, "Oh yeah, yeah, he doesn't sound like a pleasant guy. I can see why you did that." And I was like, "Yeah, so I was just an OCS." And they supported me, and that's why, like, even the people that knew this kid, uh, they didn't need, uh, they didn't, I didn't need to explain to them why I would have said that to him, because they fucking know him, and they can understand, they understand, and like, even through the fucking times, even through times like that, my friends were always there, willing to support me, and I have been grateful for that. Uh, and there are some things that I regret doing. Like, I never thought I would, I never thought I would, uh, um, make out with one of my friend's girlfriends. I'm not going to get into total detail about anything, because, I mean, he already knows, but never thought I would have ever wound up doing that. Uh, and I have regret it, because one, she was hot, and I'm not going to go into details of all the things we did, of what happened, but she was going out with him at the time, and he loved her very much, and she broke up with him to go out with me, which, like, most kids would have been like, oh yeah, I just stole your bitch. And I was just like, I was like, I felt like super bad. I was just like, oh my god. Like, I could see how fucking depressed he had become, and I had felt so bad. But like later, he had gone over it, and I didn't want to tell him that it was my fault, because fucking I was kind of scared to. But like later, like, he had finally gotten over it, and I was just like, I can't keep this a secret anymore. And I told him, and he was like, oh, that's fine. And I was like, oh, okay. Uh, so I just wanna, like, he could understand. He understood. He wasn't mad at me or anything, which was actually a good thing, because I didn't want to lose a friend then. Uh, and like, he was just as weird as me. Well, I say I'm weirder, because I wore a tiara to school, and I've never seen him wear one of those, even though he has moved. Uh, but I have, but like, I usually don't go to uh, like talent shows and shit. Ah, fuck. Oh, what the fuck? I'm gonna fail this. But I don't usually go to like talent shows and shit. Uh, so I was like, but he was a good friend, and like, some of my friends that I didn't even know were performing were there, so that was pretty cool. Uh, and we wound, and it was uh, pretty, and he like last year, he had done like a solo dance himself, and like my other friend was gonna do a rap, and he decided that halfway through his rap he had asked my friend to go up on stage with him, and my friend was like, hell yeah. Uh, and like, remember, my friend that was rapping, I had no idea that he was in the talent, uh, that he was going to be in the talent show. I think he's like he has like a career out of rapping. He like dropped out of high school because he got a career with some of his friends, I believe, or maybe he just moved. I knew he was saying something about one of his records things, and I was like, cool. Hold on, I have to crack my neck. Ah, shit. Ooh. So I was kind of happy for that, and uh, my friend that was dancing Actually, I had to go. The final thing was going up against the kids that won last year's talent show, and their thing was pretty cool. Because they had like suits that light up. Like I think one guy was in a panda suit, which was fucking awesome. And it was like a team of people in that. So like it would be hard to go like solo up against a team of people with some skill. And all that my friend did was dance, and he wound up winning, and I was very proud of him. So so I before I finish this, I want to say that I am always here for my friends, and throughout their tough times and throughout mine, we will always be there for each other. And God damn it, I couldn't get the Super Brave Burst. Ah well. I'll just end it off on normal Brave Burst. I actually won this. Okay, cool. So thank you all of you, for being with me throughout the years that I've been here. And I'm going to miss you very, very much. And Lorenzo, if you ever get that Pokemon game, tell me what's new about it, because I really don't understand why people are getting excited over it. It's literally just the same. As far as I've seen from the commercial, it's there is nothing new added. I can see why X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were big, because X and Y introduced Mega Evolution, and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was a remake with Mega Evolution, which was cool. Excuse me. Which also involved like legendaries mega evolving, which was fucking epic. Um, so like yeah, if there's like anything new other than bringing fusion back or whatever, because I didn't really see the point of that. All that I knew about like you being able to fuse things was Reshiram and Zekrom. So if you ever find out what's new, let me know, because I'm kind of curious. And thank you all for being good friends of mine. I'm gonna miss you guys. And I hope that one day we'll run into each other again. See ya.